Hi everyone, welcome back to my Fusion 360 tutorial series. In this video, we are going to dive into 3D modeling commands. We are going to start with one of the most basic commands, Extrude. Extrude is a command that allows you to take the 2D sketches and turn it into a 3D object. Basically, it takes the flat shape and pull it up or pushes it down to create a 3D object. To use the Extrude command, first you need to create a 2D sketch on any XYZ plane. Right click on any of the plane and create the sketch. Let's create some 2D sketches. After creating 2D sketches, just click on the finish sketches over here, and you can also close your sketch workspace from here. You can hide the origin planes by selecting the I button on the side of the origin. Let's select the Extrude command. Select the all 2D sketches. After that, a dialog box will be appear that will allows you to set the height or depth of the 3D object. Let's set the values to 25 mm and hit OK. You can also use the Extrude command to create different types of features such as a cut or remove material. For example, if you want to create a hole in your 3D model, you can use the Extrude command with a negative depth to cut a hole through the object. To cut a hole, first select any face of the object and hit the right click and go to the Create Sketch workspace. Create a circle. Hit the Finish Sketch button. Once again select the Extrude. Select the 2D sketch and drag that arrow to the bottom side to create a hole. So as you can see, the hole will be created on the faces. If we undo the operation, select the 2D sketch, hit Extrude, and if we move that circle part on the top side, that will create the solid object. Once you click on the Extrude command, you will see a dialog box that lets you allow to add more detail to your 3D object and create more complex shapes quickly. There is keyboard shortcut key as well for the Extrude command. Hit the E button on your keypad and different options for the Extrude will be open. First one is Profile. It will indicate how many profile is selected for the Extrude. Like if we select the first profile, then it's selected as 1. If we select the second sketch as well, it will show as a 2 profile selected and 2 profile will be extruded together. From next option, we can decide the bottom face or the starting face of the extrude part. If we select the profile plane, then it starts extruding the object from the base plane where the sketch is created. If we choose the offset plane, then it allows us to start the extrude from some specific distance. Let me explain this with example. Let's start by creating a 2D sketch on top surface of the cube. Draw a 20 mm diameter circle. Then click on the Extrude command from Solid Modeling toolbar. Select the sketch and drag this arrow downwards to cut the material. As you can see, it starts cutting down the material from top of the surface where the sketch is created. But if you want to start cutting material from some specific distance while keeping the sketch at the same plane, you can use the offset plane feature. Let's select the offset plane. Enter the value -10. As you can see, the extrude cut will start from 10 mm from the surface where the sketch is created. To start an extrude from a specific face of any object, use the object feature. In this feature, you need to select face of any object from which you want to start your extrude. I created some objects with different heights. Let's extrude this sketch and select the object feature. Select the face of any object where you want to start your extrude. Drag that arrow to the upside. Your extrude will start from the selected face. If you select the top face, then your extrude will start from the selected face. If you select the face from this circle, then as you can see, the extrude will start from the selected face. Moving on to the next feature in Extrude window, it's called Direction. This feature allows you to control the direction of the extrude. Let's take a square as an example. Select one side as a direction. By sliding the arrow to the sides, you can create an extrude in any chosen direction. If you want to edit the previous feature, you can simply go to the timeline, right click on that extrude command and hit edit feature. If you select two sides, then the second arrow will be appear, allowing you to create an extrude from both sides of the sketch with different dimensions. Like say you can enter the 20 mm for this arrow, and for this side you can enter 10 mm dimension. Now if you choose the symmetric option, it will create an extrude from both sides of the sketch with the same distance. There is two options in the symmetric, half length and the full length. Let's say we want to create an overall extrude of 40 mm from the sketch. If we choose the first option, then we need to enter the value of 20 mm. As it represents the half of the distance or the distance from the sketch to the end of any of the extrude side. In the second option, we would enter the value of 40 mm, which will represent the full length of the extrude. Now let's talk about the next feature, extend type. In the first option, distance, you can enter a specific value for the distance of the extrude. If you want to cut a slot that is 50 mm deep from the top, then simply enter the 50 mm in the dialog box or in the distance tab. Then the 50 mm slots will be created from the top. Second option is object, which is similar to the object feature that we discussed earlier. By selecting this command, you will need to choose a face of the object where you want the end of your extrude. If you click on that face, then extrude will cut the material up to that particular face. If you select the top face, then extrude will cut the material to the top part of that face. Similarly, if you select that face, then it will extrude down to that particular face. The last option is all, which will extrude the selected sketch through all visible bodies. As you can see, it cut the material from both of the bodies. Similarly, if only one body is visible and we select the all command, then it will extrude the sketch throughout to the bottom side. Now let's explore the next feature, taper angle. With the taper angle option, you can give your extruded body a tapered shape or an angle. Let's try extruding both sketches and enter desired taper angle. As you can see, the object tapers or slants based on the value you entered for the taper angle. You can also adjust the taper angle by that wheel or the slider. Now let's explore the different operations available in the extrude command. When you select the join command, it will merge the existing body with the new body. By choosing the cut command, you can remove or cut away material from any existing shape. Lastly, we have intersect command. It creates the new body at the intersection of the existing body and the newly created body. It essentially combines the common area between the two shapes. In a separate video, I will provide more details on creating new bodies and new components, as well as I will explain the difference between the two options. Now when you activate the extrude tool, you will notice that there is an additional option in the dialog box called thin extrude. First one is the regular extrude, which will create the solid body from the sketch. Thin extrude simply extrude a thin walls along the profile. Basically it creates the hollow shapes instead of the solid bodies. All the features and the settings you are familiar in the regular extrude are available in the extrude thin feature as well. However, there is two additional options at the bottom specifically for controlling the wall thickness. You can change the wall thickness of your extruded part from here. Like say enter 5 and the wall thickness around the sketch will be the 5 mm. Right now the extrude is created inside of the sketch. You can control the wall location. If you want that walls outside of your sketch, then you can click on the slide to and the wall will be outside of your sketch. If you want the wall in the exact center of the sketch, then you can click center. And as you can see, this is our sketch and wall will be in the exact center of this sketch. Now that we have learned all the basic features of the extrude command, let's put our knowledge to practice with a small exercise. We will create a mobile charging adapter using the extrude command and making the grip on the extrude part stronger. Let's get started by creating a sketch on the top plane. Draw a center rectangle with dimensions of 45 mm by 55 mm. Once done, close the sketch. Now click on the extrude command and enter a value of 20 mm to create the body. To round the edges, we can use the fillet command from the modify menu. Similarly, we can use the chamfer command to bevel the edges. I will explain both of these commands in more detail in my upcoming videos. Now let's select the fillet command. Choose the edges you want to round and enter a value of 5 mm. Repeat the process for other edges with 1 mm fillet. Create a sketch on the front face of the object. Draw a center line and create a center rectangle based on it. You can make the center line as a construction line by pressing X on the keyboard or by clicking this icon from the sketch window. After that, make an extrude cut of 10 mm. Once again, create a sketch on the inner face of the part. Draw another center rectangle and set the dimensions. Use the to object feature in the extrude window to extrude towards the front face of the object. To bevel the edges, use the chamfer command from the modify menu. Select the edges and enter the desired value. Moving on, create a sketch on the back part of the object. Draw a center line and a circle with a diameter of 5 mm. Use the mirror command in the sketch workspace to mirror the circle. Provide the distance from the center line to the circle. Now extrude both circles to a height of 16 mm. Apply a 2.5 mm fillet at the edges of the circles. Let's create a sketch on the top surface of the object. Use the text command to write your desired text on the surface. Align them as needed. Select the text type you want and exit the sketch and use the extrude command to give the text a height of 0.5 mm. To apply the materials and the colors to your parts, open the appearance window by pressing the A key on your keyboard. Select the material and color you want and drag that sphere to the desired part. You have now mastered the extrude command. In the next video, I will give you a brief overview of the revolve command. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more quick and easy Fusion 360 tutorials.